Corona.
And we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Foreign and Domestic. Unfortunately, Alan is having some technical issues, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to make it or not. Um, doesn't look like we have anyone up there yet, but we're just talking to ourselves.
They're all scared. They're panicking. Hey, they're going to miss it here. And ooh, hey, YouTube people, check
Nope,
it
there we
out.
go.
Check it out. He's handling a scary thing.
All right, so we got some people jumping in now. So, like I said earlier, Alan probably ain't gonna make it. He's working on it. He's got some technical difficulties going on. So, filling in for him is Daniel.
Well, thank you, Scotsman. And the domesticated part of the show is on tonight. And how's the foreign aspect of everything happening?
Still foreign.
Still foreign.
Still foreign right now.
And I guess our special guest tonight is the Kingpin, which I would be kind of ticked off at Alan because I just seen Alan at some function from a video where he's shooting your relatives.
Yeah, it happens. We don't get any respect. It's been a long, long history of mistreatment to my people.
They take their balls, they hit you in the face with their balls, then they get the shotguns and just start shooting you.
I even wear a crown and carry a gun, and I get no respect.
That's all right. We respect you here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Everyone else can go fuck themselves, but we appreciate you. And with that being said, to our YouTube viewer, go fuck yourself. And since we're already showing guns, we are safe. I would want to make sure everyone knows we are safe here and ready to rock and roll. So during this crazy time.
Oh, I'm not safe yet.
Now you are.
Now I'm safe.
So, Kingpin, you were saying earlier before we went live, you had some things going on up that way.
Yeah, just a little bit of concerning. I've heard a couple different places, and I haven't been able to confirm it myself. But the Maryland legislature, from what I've been told, has snuck in the no private sales without a background check into emergency funding. Now, like I said, I can't confirm that because I studied and looked and looked and looked all day, but I haven't been able to find it. So anybody out there that may know, let me know. That would be appreciated, but I really wouldn't put it past them to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me one bit. Wouldn't surprise me one bit. And if anyone's out there's having issues trying to find the streams and stuff, I've been having it too with Rich's and Rick's and stuff like that. I've been having issues trying to find people's streams as well. It's not always popping up. YouTube doing their usual BS. So we officially have the stay-at-home order goes in effect tomorrow night at midnight. For anyone interested in reading it, there is a link down below, and you can read that order in full. It's 13 pages, so I'm sure there's some other stuff thrown in there that most people won't read.
What, you're saying that our government would put in small print buried in the background somewhere? No, never.
Right? Wink, wink. Yeah. So if you guys want to read that, you're more welcome to read all that. It is interesting for sure. With that being said, hopefully I should be okay for work because technically my business is an essential business, so I should be all right. But we'll find out tonight, I guess. see what happens.
Well,
Yeah.
since I'm filling in for Alan, but I don't have a flag here, you know. What do you do? Do you want to lead us on the pledge there?
That'd be all you, brother.
Pledge allegiance to the United States of the United States of America and to this republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, one nation. But how's it going, Jason? I didn't hear you nothing here. With liberty and justice for all. Gentlemen, start your engines.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you, brother. Very cool.
Even though I staggered, I butchered a couple pieces. I mean, I was saying that from, well, wait a minute. I dropped out of kindergarten. So first grade all the way through high school, plus, military and all that. Getting
Yeah.
old sucks.
I was gonna say it's just because you're old, but that's all right. You got the side chat pulled up?
Yeah, I got it pulled up over here. I must have to go up to the beginning here and start getting people. All right. Let's see.
Go ahead.
We got the Kingpin, who's part of the panel tonight. Mystic Guns, Broke Loader, Gunpowder Beauty. How you doing? Okay, Loving Gun Grandpa, RTT, Guns and Gear. Hola, Mystic Guns. And Lone Wolf, 76. Dodge on down here. We got Chris 338, Edward Petty, Curious Yeller Kuda. How you doing, buddy? Let's see. Loving Guns Grandpa, I repeat, Mystic Guns. And let's see. Trying to see. Joe Ziola. Broke Loader again. Razor JB, one cool dude. And Squatch Reloading. Down there in the capital, the second highest rate of this virus in Ohio. So you be careful down there. Stay off the local transit. The real Alan B. Pro is somewhere chatting on the side. BME Freedom, Ocean 374, Jamie. I'll be along soon. Hey, Jamie's going to be coming along here soon. And who else we got here? Anyone here? The Bearded CB. He thinks he's got a beard. Well, he's got a beard, but is it as good as the Scotsman's? Rick from Is Your Six Covered? And Scott P79. I think if I missed anybody, sorry. I don't have my glasses on. I'm not sorry. I just missed you. Okay, Scotsman.
You're good. Rick, you got a link if you want it, man. Jump in.
I just got to make sure I'm talking loud enough for Rick.
You're good. I don't know what it was last time. You were really quiet.
Well, yeah, I got chewed out because I was keeping somebody awake. I tried to go downstairs, figuring, the basement is totally separate. But I guess the acoustics of this house make my voice go straight right up there to the bedroom. So she was even hearing me put the primers in my loading tube. So each tick, like that must have been really annoying. I'm going to have to do that again tonight.
So what do you have protecting you tonight?
Tonight. Oh, we already showed it. The 300 blackout. The mags are loaded all on standby. And protecting my secret squirrel stash. And the secret squirrel stash is
Test 1, 2.
Right there.
I can't hear shit.
We can hear you, Rick. Rick and Ray. Okay, well, I'm going to shut up here and let them do their intro.
What's up, buddy?
Assholes. I'm like, what in the hell?
What's going on, man?
We just got done shooting machine guns.
Nice.
I so hate you. I don't hate you. I'm just jealous.
I got to figure out how to see the chat here. There we go.
So what were you shooting?
We were shooting a Scorpion Evo.
3A1
Three-
with an innovative arm suppressor.
Where's Ray at? I'll get Ray on here in a sec. We're trying to figure this stupid button thing out.
Okay.
We can't see the comments if we.
Actually, we were doing a Garand.
Oh yeah, we're doing a Grand Thumb parody. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, nice.
Not
Yeah.
of do they get
He's
to
either
play with
gonna be a
machine gun,
hero
they're
or-
suppressed.
We'll see what
Are we
happens.
live?
Yeah, we're live.
We are live.
Yeah. Of course we're live. Do I ever not go live?
You're always live.
That's why you got a link, because he's always live.
That's right, buddy. All right, here's Ray. Where's Ray? It's the Rick and Ray. See,
What's
I
up,
did the-
gentlemen?
What's going on? How you doing, man?
Oh man, working on this. This is going to be freaking awesome.
So he
Do you want to
says.
see a sneak preview?
Yeah, you guys want to
Absolutely.
see some magic?
All right, here we go. Are you guys familiar with Grand Thumb?
Yep.
Yeah, of course. I think about everybody is. All right, ready? Here we go. Ready? Enough of that. It's pretty spot on.
That's awesome.
I don't know the guy, so hopefully he doesn't get ticked at me.
Yeah, he won't. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Here, hold it for 2 seconds.
But yeah, no, we were messing around with that and having some good times.
Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna give you back to Rick.
We got a Glock 44 video with the suppressor we haven't even made yet because Ray's.
I found a threaded barrel. And
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and I shot it some today. We didn't get any video of it, but those things you cannot get. They're like impossible.
Did you find it for a decent price? Because I know you were worried trying to find a good price on them.
No, I couldn't find one, period. So it didn't matter. But a buddy of mine had one, so I was able to get one from him. He was like, "Here, I'll find you another one." I said, "Okay, perfect."
Cool.
So
Yeah,
what's the
you
topic?
wanted to-
Let's talk
I
about
can tell you want to speak.
What's going on? You're 12 minutes into this and haven't done anything. What's going on? Let's get cracking here. We got people to entertain. That's cool.
Nothing. We got nothing.
My milkshake brings all the girls to the yard.
Oh God. Daniel, you look like you want to speak, man. Speak.
So for some reason, going through my mind, I can see Rick cruising the high school parking
Stealing
lots
that
with a
crap,
6-pack
that
of
joke is
coolers.
so old.
Yeah. So, I mean, Rick, you guys had a blast today out there. Not only full auto, full auto with suppressors.
Do we not have service or what? What are we doing?
No, it's them being assholes.
Oh,
What do you mean we're not being jerks? We can hear you. Can you hear me?
There you go. There's some noise.
Yeah. I was saying, Rick, I'm just completely crushed and jealous. You got to play with
I'm just
full,
over here editing away.
I know.
full auto
This is
and
good.
suppressed.
All right, is Daniel going to talk or what?
He was talking.
Yeah, I already repeated what I said twice. I said we're jealous. I'm not jealous anymore. Now I'm just pissed because at first I said I was jealous because she got fully auto and fully suppressed, but I was also wondering because you made that milkshake and it attracts the girls. Why do I see you cruising high school parking lots with a 6-pack of coolers?
What are you guys doing? What's going on?
I don't know. Jason's typing.
Yeah, I'm working on getting a few more people in here.
Kingpin is
You
just
can't multitask and talk about something.
Kingpin's
I gotta
just hanging
talk
out in
to
the
Daniel that
background,
doesn't talk.
scared.
I gotta fortify my position. I feel like there's a lot of bowlers out there.
Bowling, baby.
Yeah. So Kingpin, you were saying there's a bunch of murders going out your way right now?
Yeah, unfortunately, Baltimore's famous for calling for ceasefires, and the last ceasefire that they called lasted for 5 minutes before somebody was murdered. And then obviously it's a big meme going around and a joke going around that my idiot mayor said asked people to stop killing each other because they need the bed space. And since he said that, 6 people have been murdered. One of them was killed at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, driving down the street, and his car flipped over. So, just when I talk about Maryland, I usually don't talk about to receive any kind of sympathy or anything. I always try to make it a warning to everybody else out there that lives in a free state and lives in a state with uh, a respect for our freedoms and our human life. Don't let your state become Maryland. Don't let your city become Baltimore.
Dude, I lived down there in Maryland for almost 4 years, maybe just a little over 4. I lived
Good
on the
point.
south side of the Beltway, and I lived in a good neighborhood, but their police call section of their newspaper was twice as big as the whole local paper here.
Baltimore City, and you would know, Daniel, it's a very small city. Like the when they talk about the Baltimore City, they're speaking of inside the border of just the city, not the county surrounding it.
Hmm.
And roughly, there's about, and I think it was 2018, we had about 620,000 people and had like 300 some odd murders. In 2019, we had 600,000 people and almost 350 murders. So our population went down and the murder rate went up. Baltimore, by population, is one of the, if not the most dangerous places on the planet.
Baltimore, Philadelphia.
I've heard that. I've never wanted to visit that place.
And that's another thing. Baltimore doesn't have anything to attract tourists. We have our inner harbor, which you could walk around in a half an hour. We've got a really nice aquarium, but it's like $80 to get in, and it's not. There's aquariums in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, which are way better and way cheaper. So we don't even have anything to offer tourists.
Wait, okay, that's an aquarium, and it cost $80 to get in to see fish.
Chico.
Yeah,
If I'm going to pay $80, I'm going to eat fish, and there's going to be a couple lobster on the
I was
menu.
just jumping on for a second. Wanted to say hi.
What's up, Chico?
Good, brothers. How y'all doing, man?
Doing good.
that's Nico.
Thanks for the link.
Absolutely,
Get your
man.
promise while they're cheap.
What you been up to?
Man, actually I've been doing schoolwork today, even though it's the weekend. I have to who's that dropped out?
Rick.
Even though the school is out, I still have to keep up with the schoolwork for my son. As a lot of you guys know, I have a special needs son, so that interaction with the teachers, it kind of if I don't keep up with it on a daily basis, it possibly could be he could regress when it's time if they go back to school. You know what I mean? So I don't want to lose any forward progress we've already made. So just doing stuff around the house. I don't want to say preparedness, you know what I mean? So just staying level headed and not feeding into all of the other bull crap and stuff like that. So, the media is pretty down and about stuff, man. So yeah, everyone knows how that is. Let me pull up the side chat. I didn't want to miss anybody. It's 29 out there. Hey, everyone. What about you? You got to work tonight, brother?
Yeah, I gotta work tonight. Hopefully, I'll still be working after tonight.
Yep, I know how that is. Tomorrow I got off, so I normally, even though I'm a central employee, they cut us down to limit our exposure. So
Yeah.
it's normally 12 of us in the shop I work in. So they cut that number by like half. So I got tomorrow off. I was like, let me jump on here.
So they're gonna kind of rotate you through then.
Yeah. Like I work a day, I'm off a day. I mean, I'm off a day, I work a day, alternating, something like that. So Daniel, how you doing, brother? And Kingpin?
Sorry, the mute button was far away. Good to see you, Chico. Always a pleasure, brother.
You too, brother.
Hey, Chico, I'm doing okay. I'm just, life goes on here as normal as anything. Pretty slow today. Just cleaning brass.
Yep, I've been doing that, and I left that out, but that's almost a normal thing for me. I enjoyed Pop's Quest video, the 10 things to do while you under quarantine or whatnot. We have this break, so I've been cleaning brass and drying brass and getting some organization, sort of. You know what I mean? But I think on all his points he made on his video, as a reloader, man, we can have a mess. We can be tripping over stuff, and you guys know I'm a caster too, so I've got lead over here, I got brass over here, I got dye, so.
You can't, I mean, if you're a reloader, your area should be immaculate. Nothing out of place.
It should
be totally straight 100% of the time. No excuses.
You want
right,
to see
Scotsman?
You go see Squatch. Squatch is immaculate.
Yeah, Squatch has I thought I seen him in here earlier too.
He's out there.
Mine's a disaster.
Yeah, mine, I like a bomb went off.
If I'm looking for something, I can't find it. But the time I stopped looking for it and looking for something else, like I was looking for that 2 days ago. So, but the good thing about it, I'm not without ammo. That is one thing.
Yeah, thanks to a lot of you guys, I still got plenty of bullets to load. So, otherwise it'd be a little bit tougher. But yeah, I got plenty over there. I looked at Acme the other day to order some more because that's what I mainly use for my 9mm, and they are pretty much not shipping anything right now.
Oh wow! I was on there a couple of days ago, and there was no word of them having any delays. But that, like I said, that was a couple of days ago. Stuff can change in hours. See, everyone knows that, especially situations like this.
Yeah, they had a lot of the stuff was kind of sold out, and shipping was delayed by quite a bit if they were shipping at all.
That's why I try to go to my local gun stores. But
I got a question for you, Mr. Chico.
Yes, sir.
How much more fulfilling is all the time that you've spent learning how to smelt and smelting your own bullets right now, today, where you're sitting?
Oh man, you know what? I think I actually think for anybody who casts, because I didn't think I would like casting. But the thing is, I've been in the automotive industry all my life, and I never knew where the people was getting the lead from. And I found out the wheel weights. I'm like, yeah, those wheel weights are lead. So I wish I would have been stacking it up, 10, 15 years ago. But it is fulfilling to, like Scotsman was saying, he was buying bullets. Well, I'm making my bullets. But don't get me wrong, I like Acme stuff. I will buy their bullets too, to try out something, to try out a different style or something. But yeah, I enjoy the casting part of it, man, because it leads you to more self-sufficiency. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the only reason I buy Acme bullets is because I use those mainly for the competition stuff, so it's consistent. I don't want to. Otherwise, I'm casting. So, I got to get out casting too. I'll probably get some of that done this week, and I'll be getting done with Squatch. Hopefully, with Squatch this coming Saturday, and doing some casting with him as well.
My brother, how you doing? Alaskan Ballistics.
Hey, Chico, what's going on, man?
Good, brother. How's everything up there?
Oh, chaotic. We're all in the shelter-in-place stuff, and all the ammo's off the shelf. Same thing, same old story, different place.
I seen somewhere, and it may have been one of them media posts. They was like, stores in Alaska have guns, And I was like, I gotta check those damn resources because there are a lot of stuff that goes on social media and stuff is not accurate always.
A lot of the local shops still had guns left. We still had an AR or two left. We were at Cabela's, right? Because I'm full of shit at Cabela's here and there just to pay for the channel, really. And then we were sold out of Glocks except for like a Glock 30 and a Glock 42, things that people don't want, like a compact 45, which I love my Glock 30, but it's sorry, Crazy Scotsman, I just had to say that. Hey, I did get a Beretta APX, and I do think the Beretta APX is a better gun than the Glock Gen 5. All right,
You heard it live, guys. You heard it live.
Yeah. Now I plan on making a video on that. The problem is I just don't have a Glock Gen 5 to compare it to. All my Glocks are Gen 4s, or Gen 3s. So, but I would love
an awesome pistol.
Yeah, it is an awesome pistol, and for $329 that you can get them nowadays, it's crazy. Like it's crazy not to jump on it. I mean, why would you buy a Taurus when you can buy a Beretta?
Yep.
And I know Taurus is doing better, but I still see the revolvers in the Cabela's counter. I can sit there, close the cylinder, and still spin it. It doesn't lock. There's a bunch of the revolvers. I'm just like, Taurus are still crap,
Yeah, they have a lot of problems with their stop pads and their springs. They're okay if you in a pinch, but if you can buy something else like a Smith, buy a Smith.
Yeah, buy a Smith. Up here it's all Rugers, but Smith's a great revolver too. So.
Yeah. And Kingpin, he loves his APX.
Oh, that thing is fantastic. At first, I was, looking at it, I was like, yeah, it's kind of an ugly gun and this, that, and the third. But once I really started looking at it and enjoying it, I appreciate the aesthetics of it. And you're really going to have to prove to me that there's a much better trigger out there. The trigger that's in that thing is amazing. And I like the big.
If you feel like two different APX triggers, you'll get two different trigger pulls. Like that's one thing I've noticed. Like mine's a little spongy, but overall it's a different trigger than a Glock. I wouldn't say it's necessarily better, but it's lighter on the actual trigger pull itself. Coming to the wall's a little heavier, but you know how it is. Reset's great on it. I've not put that gun in a person's hands who didn't think it was comfortable. Big hands, small hands, hairy hands, female hands, whatever. Didn't think that gun was comfortable. So if you find one of the Beretta APXs at your local Cabela's or something that's still like $329 or something like that, even at Cabela's, just high priced on guns. If you find one, get it because it's extraordinary. So my Glock 19 is still my go-to carry gun. I shoot my Glock 19 better so far. But it's a great gun. So
a quick little funny story about the APX. I took it to the range one day and was showing a new shooter. And then a couple of days later, he called me and said, yeah, I went out and bought the Beretta APX. And I was like, okay, cool. I got a couple magazines I can give you. So I gave him the magazines. And then like a week later, I saw him at the range and he was like, hey, man, there's something wrong with these magazines. They don't work. And I couldn't figure out what was going on. It wouldn't feed. They would lock in a position, but it would only feed one round. And it was really, really weird. So I took them home, I took them apart and cleaned them, I loaded them up, put them in my gun, and everything was working fine. Then it hit me. He bought a 40, and I got the 9mm. And the scary part about it is that was his carry gun. So he said he tried it, and it didn't work, so he put them away and wasn't going to use it for carry. And then we realized they were the wrong caliber.
Actually, Smith & Wesson shipped us a gun. It was the 5-inch M&P 2.0. I own one of those. They shipped us a 40 with 9mm mags. We didn't notice it until we were showing it to a customer. It's crazy.
Oh.
I was like, whoops, this is not right. I'm not going to say that I did or did not get extra mags from that deal.
Customer satisfaction. That's what it's
Absolutely.
about. You're either satisfied or you're not satisfied.
Yep.
I really like companies that take care of the customers. So
I'd agree with Daniel, man. If I spend my hard-earned money at a local gun store or even another company that's online, if they treat me right, if I have an issue and they take care of the customer, I recommend them to people, and I like spending my money there. I dealt with I bought my Rossi from my Rossi lever gun. I bought it from Kentucky Gun Company, and when I was looking to get my Ruger Predator 308, I found it at Grab a Gun, and I contacted Kentucky Gun Company. I said, hey, look, if y'all will match them, I've already done business with y'all before, but if y'all will match their price, I'd rather spend my money with y'all so we can initiate and continue that business customer relationship. And they was like, sure. I said, I'm just gonna recommend y'all to people because I don't get no kickback. It's just if I'm taken care of as a customer, I do the same thing. If I see something interesting in someone's videos, I say, hey, go check out Alaska Ballistics video. He tested that ammo or that gun. You know what I mean? Same thing with everyone here on the tube.
Yeah, yeah. And Smith has pretty good customer service for the most part. If you go on like the forum site and you're trying to get answers there, depending on who you run into there, you might have some issues. But as for Smith themselves, I've never really had any issues with their service. Horus has always been terrible. Car Arms, probably one of the worst ones I've ever dealt with. Car Arms, they all have an attitude. The minute you get on the phone with them, is why are you calling us? You know, even as an FFL, they still give you attitude.
Thankfully, I've only had to have one customer service issue, and I got the Golden Boy, the 22 mag Henry lever action, and the tube, the pusher for the tube wouldn't lock into position. And I just happened to be at the Great American Outdoor Show in Pennsylvania, and I walked up to the Henry booth and explained it to him. Before I finished saying what I was saying, the lady was like, okay, be quiet. Just give me your address. We'll fix it. And didn't ask me any other questions. Just took my address. In like 3 days, I had a brand new rod.
Yep. Yeah. Henry's really good about that. And, you know, all these reloading companies, for example, they are on top of it every time. I've had to contact Lyman a few times now. Not even from stuff that came from them. Like I order stuff on Amazon and it shows up with missing parts. And they're right on it. You know, I usually get my stuff within a week. Dillon Precision, same way. Had an issue, had to get a replacement motor for my case feeder. Had it in a week. You know, they're all really good companies to work with.
Now, let me tell you about my Smith & Wesson customer story. And this is why I still like Smith & Wesson. This is probably just, you know, somebody's error somewhere. But, you know, I had that 2.0 5-inch, and I had issues with the trigger resetting, especially if you were double tapping, the trigger wouldn't reset. And it might have been user error, as in I'm used to a Glock trigger that resets a lot more forcefully. It almost pushes your finger forward. But, you know, it just wouldn't reset. And there's a couple times I'd have a dead trigger, and it caused a malfunction as well. So I sent the gun back through Cabela's, where I bought it, because they shipped it for free, you know. And you know, several weeks later, I get a call that say your gun's shipping back. I'm like, okay. And then they finally gave me a tracking number, and it was due to arrive, and I had to sign for it. They didn't ship it back to the gun dealer. They shipped it back to my house in a FedEx box, right? I didn't even know that was illegal at the time. And because it is your gun. And I was going caribou hunting, and I was going to be out in the wilderness when it was slotted to arrive. It was going to have to go back and then come back. And literally, I didn't get a caribou that year because I left hunting a day early to pick it up on its last day at the FedEx office before they shipped it back. That was 2 years ago now, I think. And I had called them and say, hey, can you retrieve that package and wait a couple days to send it? Can you do all this? And they're like, nope, can't do it. Now I've called them for other things like Smith & Wesson Victory had the front sight just fly off. It also had a spring fly out when I was taking it apart. That was user error, and they replaced all that, and they were fine. So I'm not like mad at them. I'm just like, you know, I'm mad that I had to come back a day early from caribou hunting when I could have, you know, got a caribou, you know, stayed out there longer.
Yeah, I mean, I called for my Model 60 and for a pin for it, and the problem with Smiths, and trust me, I love Smiths. The problem with Smiths though is if you call for a pin, there's so many variations of them, they don't know which one to send you. Unless you get someone that really knows when you say what dash it is, they have no idea what they're doing when it comes to that part of it. But other than that, I've never had an issue with them.
So I'm having to work online from home. We're supposed to be posting stuff for our students to do, the resource folder. So that's been wonderful. I had a sinus infection a few weeks ago and it started getting worse again. So I tried to go to the doctor. So they made me go get tested for the bug before they'd even talk to me over the phone. So I went and got that. And I was supposed to know in a couple of days whether or not I have it. I mean, I had some symptoms. I mean, I was at Cabela's and there are a lot of people buying guns. I mean, anything's possible, right?
Yeah.
So I could be, could be a victim, whatever. So no big deal. Won't be the first time.
Yeah.
Might be the last too.
Part of the problem with this, with the time frame of this thing being out where it's at, it's getting a lot of people having allergies, allergy seasons popping up and all the rest of it. So you got a lot of people confusing the symptoms.
Oh yeah. And the same symptoms as everything else, right? So
yeah,
it's like, what do you do? My principal's constantly texting me, have you heard your results yet? And I'm like, no. So, because we were at school on Monday at teachers only. And then Tuesday we were at school and then they sent everybody home. And it was like, okay. I mean, I stayed 6 feet apart from everybody and I wiped down every surface I had.
Yeah.
It is serious though. I mean, it is a serious disease. I think a lot of us tend to take it as a little bit, oh, everybody's overreacting, and everybody is overreacting to some degree, but there is still a serious aspect of it that you need to stay safe. So
Alaskan Ballistics, man, I've been hearing some stuff about that test. Do they go through your nasal cavity, right?
yeah, they put a big long Q-tip that's really skinny, about this long,
It
right
hurts,
up there.
right?
The brain. It doesn't feel great, no, but they touch your brain.
Gotcha.
No, I'm kidding. They don't touch your brain, but.
Gotcha, brother. Yeah, I heard the same thing, that we're doing testing in my local county, like right up the street from the job. And I'm like, but it's no public testing. You got to have a control number and stuff like that. So just looking at stuff, I heard people was like, oh, the test is, painful, or it makes you feel uncomfortable, and everything in life actually does that, so
yeah, that's for real.
Everyone, make sure you put your thoughts and prayers out for Big Al. He's going in to get tested, see where he's at this coming week for the cancer. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Hopefully he's all clear.
Will do, Big Al.
I decree and declare we're gonna be clear.
If he's saying he's an MD, as in Maryland, and not medical doctor, I sure would have been honored to be able to shake your hand, but I don't think that's a good idea right now.
CV, no, I haven't.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Okay, now I'm going to get all coarse and self-centered here. So if this big $1,200 goes through, which it's looking like for every adult in the United States for a stimulus, is anybody, after, we pay for our kids and stuff like that, or whatever we need to make sure there's food in the house, is anybody having plans on allocating any of this for any little special projects?
Suppressors for everyone. That's all I can say. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
I'm gonna get me some rims, some spinners.
I'm gonna give it to the wife and ask permission what to do. Just kidding. She's standing over me looking at me.
So you're just kidding about getting permission.
That's correct.
She's just going to get it.
She's listening. Hey.
Hey, you know what they say? Hey, you know why it's better to ask forgiveness than permission. You know why, right? Everybody says that, but you know why?
Yep.
Because when you ask for permission, you get in trouble one time. It's like 150% of trouble, right? You know, you get in trouble one time, and it's like, why would you even think to ask that question? You know what the answer is going to be, right? You're in trouble, 150% trouble, right? Right there, like more than normal trouble, like 50% more. But then when your boneheaded self goes and does it anyway, you're getting like 750% trouble, and that's like 900% trouble. Whereas if you just ask for forgiveness, you're at like 200-300%. So I'm just telling you, the math works out. Ask for forgiveness, not permission. That's
Yeah,
how
I'm
we
gonna,
around the lighting.
Yeah, me personally, I want to make sure our camping spot is paid off. And then after that, I'm going to get a pot for melt lead, get a base and legs for my stand, and get some molds and a suppressor.
Yeah, and I was serious, but I was joking. So about 2 weeks ago, I almost purchased a suppressor, and that's when this thing really started ramping up, and I started seeing the color of the water. You know, prices of ammo started getting depleted, and guns started going off the shelves. About 2 weeks ago, I started seeing it little by little, and I was like, I might need to wait on this suppressor because I'm just assuming, you know, the process would be even longer if I, you know, send in my paperwork for a suppressor. You know, it'd be 10 months, 12 months. I just figured it would get lost in the paperwork somewhere. I figured that. And I know Tennessee had a shutdown of their NICS system or their background check system. In Georgia, we had one also. So I was like, kind of glad I didn't, but still, that is the next purchase on my list, a suppressor.
Yeah, see, I would love to get one, but the way the anti-gunners right now are pushing everything, suppressors is like right in the top 2 or 3 on their list of banning.
I agree, and I wonder if that would have a clause, remember, like the assault weapons ban and magazines, if they would have that grandfather clause, maybe, but maybe not. But my reasons for the suppressor is for my son because he likes to shoot, but he don't like that pop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, my biggest problem
cool as hell too. So
that whole 13, 14 months with someone else holding my property.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've heard that if you form a suppressor that you build, the wait's only like 2 to 3 months. But that's before all this crap went down. So I don't know all the legalities surrounding that, but maybe you know, Scotsman. But
yeah, you're pretty much right on there if you do your own, do a Form 1.
So how can you build one, or do you get the paperwork first before you build your own?
Yeah, generally you have to do paperwork prior.
Really? That would definitely be the way to go.
And don't forget, HR 5717 is out there too. So call your representatives and make sure they know not to vote yes for that. That is probably one of the biggest gun grabbing bills that have come out with to date.
Absolutely, it's an all-in-one worst they've come out with. Hey, Chico wise, I do have to tell you, get a suppressor for your 22 for your child. Man, shooting a 22 suppressed is like the funnest thing. 300 blackout's cool. Bolt action rifles are cool. It's nice to have them suppressed, but there's nothing like shooting a 22 suppressed. Like if I shoot that CZ bolt action I bought, the 457 Scout, if I shoot that with like some really quiet ammo, it is almost movie silencer quiet. It's not the same tone, but it's almost movie silencer quiet. It's fun. There was actually in one of my videos, I was shooting Coke cans like that I shook up like that were full because I don't drink soda. And I was shaking them up, and I was like, why did this get all of a sudden louder? It all of a sudden got louder, and then I shot the dirt next to the Coke can on purpose, and it was quiet again. The Coke can was exploding, was making more noise than the gun.
Yep.
At the shooter's ear. It's crazy. With some of that CCI quiet ammo, I had to hand feed it through my Ruger 1022, but It was cool.
We have to welcome the best beard on YouTube. Jamie, what's up, brother?
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. Laskin, good to see you, brother. Been a while. Chico,
Yeah.
my brother, what's up? He froze. Do we need to say the Pledge of Allegiance correctly all over again?
It's up to you.
No? Yeah, hey man, you're the co-host this week. It's up to you.
No, I mean Jamie called it. If Jamie wants to call it and do it, it's boom. It's all on you, buddy. Remember, I got some issues going on here.
Okay. All right. I think everybody knows what we meant.
I didn't butcher it that bad. It's just that one part, all of a sudden everything just went blank, and it's like, huh?
Yeah, and see, I knew it wasn't right, but I'm kind of scared to do that myself because old guy syndrome.
All right. We got you, Chico.
Old guy syndrome will kick in on you.
Yeah, it's kicking in with me a lot more often too. I'm not quite up there with you guys yet, but yeah, my memory's getting bad.
I'm just glad to be here, man. It's been a weekend. Golly. I'm ready to go back to work so I can rest. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Right. I have to say I agree with that right there.
But there's no excuse. I shouldn't have messed that up.
I think that's right. I think we're going to have to start our chat off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hey,
And I would do it, do the national anthem, but at the end of it, everybody would yell, "Play ball!"
well, I finally just threw in what I always been wanting to throw in. Gentlemen, start your engines tonight.
You did do that, and I saw that.
Pop that right in there, but I didn't want to be rude. I can never be rude. It just goes against the grain of my nature.
Okay.
No, but heck, I mean, once I had to pay, this whole $1,200 thing. Once essentials are paid for, I'm just looking at getting Scott's been there. He's seen the tabletop that I made, but I get that base for it and just start getting all kinds of reloading stuff and for melting and casting. And I'm thinking about set that in the garage part, because one thing when you're playing with lead and melting it, some of the old timers that worked down in the bait shop and they'd always cast fishing weights, they all died of lung cancer because they were all always breathing in those fumes off the off the pots and stuff from melting lead.
Yep.
I mean, they all kicked off in their 40 or mid 40s to 50s.
Just in case you couldn't remember it.
Thank you, Big Al. I mean, you're always there for me. He probably spelled everything right too. I can't even go 3 words without doing something spelled wrong.
Yeah.
And CB did it too, except for he didn't capitalize anything.
And he misspelled it too.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
He did.
Hey, CB, at no time do you use a lowercase g referencing God.
Yeah.
Just saying. Hey, Single Shot, Thor's Axe, all you guys out there.
Hey, Jamie, how's your church doing things? Our church is actually went and put it on a YouTube channel for the service so we can all go in and watch the message.
We have a website, and it was telecast this morning. So we had a couple of songs and the pastor's sermon invitation. That was it.
We did the same thing. We just had a pastor sermon. Next week, it's actually going to be here on StreamYard. I've got to play guitar lead the music myself over the web. So
Cool.
Go get your guitar and break us off a piece of something.
my guitar's not even tuned right now. I haven't broken out that in a long time, man. So yeah, there's an electric guitar that's at the church, belongs to the church, that I've been using because I'd much rather play electric than acoustic. But if it doesn't have that distortion in it, it doesn't play praise God as well,
I have to get back to you on that one. Hey, Gorillas and Guns, the old Silverback.
All right, we're about halfway through. You want to run through the chat, Jamie?
I can do what I can. I can't do it as well as Chico.
Probably do better than Daniel, though.
Firearms 101, single shot, Gorillas and Gun, Big Al. The Bearded CB 82 Outdoors. Thor's Axe. Big Al again. Razor JB. Alaska 1 Andy. Brass Hoarder. The Crazy Scotsman is in the room. Squatch Reloading. Rich White. Thor's Axe again. Rich White. So we're repeating. Kingpin's in the room. Chico Wise is in the room. He's changing locations. Jet 001. Garage Guy 879. Daniel God is my judge. Y'all know that guy? And that's all the way back as far as I can get.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. I did throw the link out there in the side chat for the Frag Out apparel shirt for Mr. Holster. It is also in the description down below too. If you guys are able to help out, buy one, that'd be awesome.
And there's West Covina Dodge.
Yep, there he is. Good to see you, Pat.
And Thor's Axe, Willie got a mold that is, if it's not that same mold of the bullets you sent to Uncle Jim, it's really close. He thinks it is if it's not. So he was casting some of those up. It really looked good. Some new arrivals, Scotsman. We got the Tyven Show and Mystic Guns.
Yep.
So welcome everybody. So I've been trying to reload. We've had the kid, we had Rigby all weekend. And what kills me, I'm old. My nerves are on edge. And when we get both of them in here at the same time, man, it's like all I can do. I could chew nails into, but yeah. Good to get on here and escape with y'all for a little while, because dang, man. So what was up with Rick? Did he just come on to pick on Daniel for a few minutes and then bug out?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, just to rub it in. He's, getting to play with full auto suppress. And I'm beginning to not like that guy because he's got some really great friends.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, can you have any better friends that let you play with their toys that you would never get your hands on if it was just left up to you?
Right. And I like Chico's new location. You got the big blue sitting back there, and you got the flag. Heck yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That flag is always there. I got one right there too. If you guys see my reloading bench tour video, but I don't know that when I'm in the other room, it's opposite of my garage. Lately, and Jamie will know from our Friday night Georgia Shooting Connection, I had some internet issues, so I figured I'd come back to Old Faithful. But piggybacking off Pop stuff, the reason why I ain't been out here because you guys, like I was saying earlier, with the reload is like we have a mess, and I'll show you guys. I'm not ashamed, maybe just a little bit. This is my bench, and that's a mess. I got my son broke his glasses, so I'm working on him, and I got brass, and I got a new scale and other stuff, and so. But hopefully, before this chat's over, it'll be all cleaned up, so I can at least put my arm up here or something.
What is the perfect height for a reloading bench if you're using, like, one of those there kind of bar stool chairs to sit on? What is the perfect height for a reloading bench?
It depends.
I think it depends on the height of the person.
Yeah.
But the average or the common is 32 or 36, if I'm not mistaken. My bench is from the floor to the top is, I'm sorry, 34. And I am in one of those bar stools, kind of like a high top bar stool. So I normally load standing up. And if I'm doing some load development, I'm normally sitting down. I'm working on some powder stuff and like that. But when I'm loading, I'm cranking on the handle, I'm standing up.
Okay, so when you're standing there at that 34-inch bench, are you reaching up to grab the handle, or are you kind of like, is it right in front of you?
It's right in front of me.
Okay.
So
because I see you got the high base on there too.
Yeah, I do. So the handle is just below my tool head is right here. So
okay.
So yeah, that's comfortable for me. But like I said, this bench was it's actually a tool bench. It's a tool chest sort of, but without wheels. So it's a tool bench, and it just worked out fine for me. But yeah, you're right. When I got this inline fabrication mount, I was gonna get the mini. I think they come in 3 sizes, right, Scotsman?
You're muted.
I'm a good lip reader.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, you got the mini one, which is like 4.5, I believe, and then the next one's like 6 or 7, and then the 9 3/4, which is the tallest one. I'm kind of the same way as you. I recommend getting the tallest one. It just gives you that extra boost, and you actually have some room underneath the press too.
Yep.
Because it has a little shelf on there, so if you need anything, close by, you got that extra space to use it for. But again, with the bench height itself, you can always adjust and figure out which works for you. Like for me, I stand and reload. I just prefer that. But if I had to sit down, I do have an adjustable stool that's sitting there, so it does have that adjustable height. So if I had to, in a pinch, if like my back was hurting, whatever, I could sit down and get away with it. But I prefer to stand. So the extra height for me is good. But I'm a tall son of a bitch, so
yeah. And I want to be able to look down in the shell case to make sure that powder's in there before I drop that bullet on top.
Yep. Yeah, I don't trust the powder indicator whatsoever. That thing faults out all the time on me, so that thing is coming off of the press. But I check every case anyway.
And one thing I had, are you talking about the powder checker, the Dillon powder checker? Dillon powder checker. I've got that too. And another drawback, sort of, is that when it goes down and touches the powder, it brings powder up out of the case.
Yep.
It may be 5 flakes, depending on what kind of powder you're using. So I'm the same way. I like to stand up and I like to look down in that case. When I'm standing up, I'm still higher than this. I'm looking straight down in. And I did a video on that too, like my point of view while I'm loading. So yep, I like it. I like standing up. That just gives me my reassurance. Kind of, sort of.
Yep, absolutely, and that's why I don't use a bullet feeder either, because I'd rather make sure I get the time to check and don't miss anything. With those bullet feeders, there's a good possibility you could potentially miss something.
Yeah, because I can't stand that long. So I mean, Scotsman, you know that. I got my stool down there that is adjustable. So I got to look at that before I start building up the base. I want to make sure it's all right there, set at the right height.
Yep.
Hey Chico, what part of Georgia are you from?
You know, I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, the west side of Atlanta, Georgia, Martin Luther King, Adamsville, actually.
Okay,
And I remember you told me you were from, is it Jonesboro?
Jonesboro. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the hood, bro.
a little bit. That is the hood.
So when you told me that, I was
Kinda
like,
Anchorage, it's just warmer.
and I was like, what would drive my brother to move all the way to Alaska from Atlanta? But I opportunities, so I know how that is.
Yeah. Well, the truth is, I ran for my divorce and found a teaching job, and I was like, screw it. Yeah, why not Alaska? So, yeah, best decision I ever made.
Yeah, brother.
And I hate traffic. So,
Yeah, that's cool, man. I know when you told me you were from Jonesboro, I was like, dang, that's cool, brother. You know, small world, you know, especially on here on the YouTube.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know how much similarities a lot of us share, you know, whether if I've done a lot of videos involving my son, and I get comments in the comment section. They say, hey, I've got a family member, or I've got a child that's autistic also. And I'm like, man, so I ain't alone. You know what I mean? So, and then we're all reloaders. So we all deal with the same issues, similar issues anyway.
Yeah.
well, as a teacher, I deal with autistic children all the time. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
So you get it. I get it too, bro.
So
Yep.
you're a teacher in Alaska?
yes, sir.
Don't serve me. I'm Jamie.
All right. Yes, sir, Jamie. Man, I was very southern gentleman. I can't not serve you.
He says he's a teacher. You know, he teaches PE. And, you know, those that can't teach PE.
Oh,
No, what's cool is I have to teach a reading group every day. And of course, since I'm the PE teacher, they give me the kids that can already read, right? And they don't want me to help the kids that can't read, right? So I've been teaching them all about like they're fourth graders. I've been teaching them all about the Electoral College and what the difference is, like First, Second, Third, Fourth Amendment, and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I gave them this example sheet of the government wants to do this. You know, take away your house to build a new shopping center. What amendment are they violating? And you know, they could read the amendments right there and stuff like that. I actually put like the wording for House Bill 62, the red flag law here on the bottom one. And they're like, oh, that violates the Second Amendment. And I go, and? They're like, Fifth Amendment. And, you know, and keep going. And it's they're pretty cool. They'd never thought about these things before. They'd never have somebody taught from their perspective, you know. And it all started when one of them said, Trump is racist. And I go, okay, tell me one racist thing he's done. And they're like, and I'm like, you can't say stuff out loud like that without being able to back it up and have your facts. I'm not saying he's not racist. I don't know what's in his heart. You don't know what's in his heart. But so it was actually pretty cool. I think it's, you know, if they found out what I was doing, I got free reign academic during that time. I just told them I was teaching Constitution and government. So they're like, oh, that's cool.
That's awesome. You know, I always give you crap for being a PE teacher, but you do a good job, dude.
Yeah. So, yeah, but no, I actually have to teach kids how to dribble and how to shoot a basketball. You know, I actually have to incorporate academics into PE. We have to do math activities, and you know, I got games where they got to add up different types of points, and they got to add it up correctly. If they don't add it up correctly, whatever number they got and whatever number I got, they got to do the difference in jumping jacks. So, pretty cool. So.
Awesome, brother.
so
That is one reason why our educators need to be paid more. I'm a firm believer on that. I've got a lot of friends and friends' wives that are educators, and they are so underpaid for what they do with our youth and our children. So I think a lot of folks would agree with me. I think it may be some out there in the side chat that are educators. So
I agree and disagree with you, actually. I know how much and I see how much work teachers put in. And, you know, if you were to put the same amount of work into any other business, you'd make at least 150% of what you make now, if not 200%. And I get that. But because it's a public service and because you go into that field choosing what you know, choosing and knowing how much you're going to make, you know, it's your choice to be financially responsible and live within your means as a teacher. And that's why I do the channel on the side, you know, as a side job, really. That's why I have a side job to support the channel, to have a side job as a channel. So anyway, but you know, I agree and disagree with that. Like, for me, for teachers to be paid more, we shouldn't see like X amount of our kids that can't read by the 4th grade. That's crazy, you know. You know, especially inner city minority kids can't read at a 4th grade level when they get to a 4th grader, and that's showing that the education system is failing those kids if they're doing it at home. Now, let me say this: those kids aren't helping themselves out by learning to read and doing their best either. All right, it's a two-way system, and right now the only thing in our education system is let's put it all on the teacher. It's the teacher's fault if they don't learn. And there's nothing to put it on the child. I think we ought to look at like taking welfare checks away or reducing the amount because your child isn't passing a class or your child isn't attending school. I think we got to look at, you know, going to a European type system where if you don't pass to get out of elementary school, you get sent to trade school. You get 3 chances to pass that test, or otherwise you know, you're lucky to be a plumber's assistant, you know? And I think we ought to go to stuff like that because not everybody's cut out for college and not everybody's cut out to do these things. And there's nothing wrong with a trade school. And if you talk to people that grew up in like Germany and Japan and places like this where they had that system, parents got to take some damn responsibility as well. That's for sure. That's why I said the welfare checks thing. If you grow up in a place like this, the peer pressure not to go in Germany, the guy I talked to from Germany, he said the peer pressure not to go to tree school. They say dumb as a tree. We say dumb as a rock in America, right? Okay, same thing, right? The peer pressure not to go to tree school was so great that they didn't lose a single person from 1st grade to 12th grade in their graduating class. That's how great the peer pressure was not to go to tree school. And he said their school was 4 hours a day, literally 1 hour math, 1 hour reading, 1 hour of science, 1 hour of history. And they put music and PE and stuff once or twice a week in there. Boom, they were done by noon. It wasn't a babysitting service. It was an education service.
Boy, I tell you, my dad, I got a D once on a report card with 2 C's. My dad lit me up, and he didn't say but 2 words. The rest was corporal punishment. And I didn't have another grade lower than a C until I graduated high school. It was all A's and B's after that.
You got to get the government out of the schools. Maryland is another perfect example of what not to let your school system become. You know, we brought in casinos and gambling and lottery and all this kind of stuff, and the politicians just stuck their creepy little hands in there and took every bit of it. We've still got children in Baltimore City schools that have to close schools during the winter because there's no heat, and close schools during the summer because there's no air conditioning.
That's crazy.
Anyway.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Razor JB's comment when he said you got to hold the parents responsible. So it's got to be accountability in everything. You hold the child and the parent responsible. So I definitely agree with my brother Alaskan Blitz said. He agrees and disagree. I know with teachers, if you're doing it, you gotta enjoy it. You know what I mean? You can't just be there for a check because the money ain't that great. Trust me. I know just from people who's in the school system. So yeah, I definitely agree with what he said too, man, about that. We should hold them to a different standard like other countries and China, Japan, wherever, Europe or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like back home, for example, you can't leave high school unless you have certain grades. If you like, I left at 16 because my grades were high enough. But if your grades ain't high enough, they make you stay at least another year. And if your grades are really bad, they make you stay another 2 years until you get your grades up where you get the education you need before you can leave.
I've actually had parents ask. I have a star 5th grade basketball student, and I guess I shouldn't go too much into it, but like his parents asked for him to be held back, and they were told, "Oh no, Anchorage School District doesn't do that." And literally, this kid, all right, he is a great basketball player, but between his ears, he is messed up. Like, I love him to death, personally, but like, he can't handle his emotions. He gets pouty, and he reads on a 1st grade level in the 5th grade. And as much as I love this kid, you know, if we didn't have, we won the middle school basketball or the elementary school basketball championship because he was on our team. He's that good. Like, but he's not going to be able to play high school or middle school basketball because he's not going to be able to make the grades. So all we did was, you know, set him up for failure. He's, you know, counting on being an NBA player. Because, I mean, he's talented enough. You know, he's much, you know, he's more talented than every other kid in the league. He wasn't necessarily, you know, the only talented kid there, but he had to work hard to get some kids. But, like, you know, he's talented enough as a 5th grader to do this. But, you know, he's going to not be able to make grades. He's not going to play in middle school. He's not going to play in high school. Once you get to high school, if you play a competition league, you know, in high school, the colleges don't look at you. You have to play high school ball with colleges look at you. And it's like, he doesn't understand that. I've tried to get people to talk to him, adults in the community to talk to him and say, hey, you got to get the grades up. I only play college sports because of my grades. I suck. I'm terrible. I'm not athletic at all. So I'm a PE teacher.
I coached a lot of rec league soccer and rec league basketball. And one of my nephews is an amazing basketball player. I mean, he is really, really great. And I had to sit him down because he was always talking about NBA. And I gave him a little bit of numbers. I said, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of rec leagues. There's thousands and thousands of high schools. There's thousands of colleges. How many NBA teams are there? There's not thousands. There's only 32. So all those hundreds of thousands, even millions of kids that are stellar at whatever sport, when you get into the professional level, you have to be even more stellar than everybody else that's stellar because there's only 32 basketball teams with, 12 guys on each team or something like that?
Yep. Hey, I'm going to change the subject because education is my soapbox, but if y'all don't mind. Hey, I got these in yesterday, the Amen 2 mags. And they're the only place I could find 20 round, because I like to do a lot of bench rest and prone shooting, 20 round AR mags that were OD green to match. And I think the Drop It Like It's Scott channel, I don't know if y'all know who he is. He's got a cool little channel in Florida. He has a promo code Drop It for like 10 or 20% off. These things are cool. They look every bit as quality as a Magpul, and they seem pretty cool. And they're called Amen 2, made in the USA. So they seem pretty cool. You know,
Yeah, I can't speak on the 20s, but if their 30s operate the way those 20s operate the 30s do, yeah, they're identical to the Magpul. That I haven't had any issues with them. This is just the spares I got, but I got a few loaded up over there. But they work good. They break down good. I like them. You said those 20 rounders you had. I'm weird, man. I like the 20 and the 10 rounders because I try to do a lot of bench rest shooting also. So
all my guns have 20 rounders in them for carrying, except for the AR pistol, in case you got to go prone. And then if you have to, if you have to pull out another one, I pull out. By the time you pull out a second mag, you need 30 rounds. That's for sure. You're in big. If you can't get it done with 20, you're in big trouble. So.
Yeah, you're right about that, brother.
Yeah, the Hex mags are pretty good too. I like the Hex mags.
Yeah, I like those too. I got a bunch of them in OD green. So, I love my OD green. Matches the spruce trees up here.
There's some good sales on mags right now if you can find them. I bought 5 more for was it $9 a piece? They're out there.
I know where there's pallets of ammo and mags and stuff, but they're closed. All the
Yeah, I
reloading
think
stuff.
going in effect tomorrow, which sucks because I get some money in tomorrow. Going in effect tomorrow is the for the mayor for the city. It's a quarantine in place. All non-essential businesses. Hunker down was the actual order. You said don't. If you feel free to take a walk in the woods, go take a walk in the woods. If you have to go to the store, go to the store. But all non-essential businesses close tomorrow. But in the order under number 6 or number 7, it says businesses that support hunting and fishing and stuff like that. So I don't know that gun shops could say because we sell hunting licenses, because we sell ammo and supplies for hunting, that they could be open. I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go by and check when I get paid tomorrow. See.
So is hunting in the top 3? So you got the fishing and the oil industries. Is hunting up there, right there with it?
Yeah, stores that support hunting, businesses that support hunting, and I'm thinking they're thinking like a guide service. So if somebody has like you can still caribou hunt until March 31st most places, and or small game hunt. So people that have a guide service for those things, wolf hunt, whatever. They could probably do that, but I think that's what they meant. But it says businesses that perform or in support of these things. So I don't know.
Jamie, what you working on, brother? See you cranking the handle over there.
40 Smith and Wesson. See him. There you go.
There you go.
Got the 175 grain Lee bullet. It's powder coated and sized to 401. I was having some feed issues and I got out my calipers and got out a factory bullet, did some measuring and figured out the problem, and boom.
Awesome.
Let's talk about that just for a second. Maybe Chico might prefer us to wait till Friday night. Do we have a guest lined up for Friday night, Chico? We do?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
And he's in the side chat too, isn't he?
That is correct.
Yeah, okay. With these bullets right here, here's one that's not loaded up so you can see. These are rated in the on the mold at 75 grains, but with the alloy I'm using, they're dropping out after they're powder coated. They're about 182 grains. And if you use a softer lead, and with powder coating, you can use a softer lead alloy. But I was looking at the cartridge overall length with the 180 grain bullet, and I couldn't get it to chamber at that COL, so I had to push it in a little bit, and it started making me nervous that my powder charge may be too high and I'd be causing a pressure situation. And then I got to thinking, I did some checking. It just so happened that I had that particular bullet here that I had the data, which is the Hornady XTP 180 grain. Fantastic bullet for self-defense if you guys are into that sort of thing. And when I measure it, I'm getting 6.22, 2.5. But when I measure this one, I'm at 5.92, which is a 30,000th of an inch difference. So I can safely go 30,000th shorter and still be at the same pressure level and still use the same powder charge. Wouldn't y'all agree or disagree?
Yeah, I think it should be all right.
Yeah, you know what, Jamie? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna open up my quick loads and I'm gonna ask you what caliber?
40 Smith and Wesson.
And you using a Lee bullet?
Yeah.
I open up my quick loads and run that data. I'll tell people if anyone's not familiar with quick loads. Quick loads is it's not a definite. It will put you in the range. It's like a lot of the reloading information compiled, but the software is great to have. So
Now you can see the difference in the bullet length.
yeah, I can change that. I can change the the powder. I can change the seating depth. That's the good thing about quick loads. But I still use it in conjunction with my reloading manuals. I will never shy away from the reloading. That is not it's not a substitute. It's just an addition for people who interested in reloading or worrying about that program or curious about that program. But I'll bring it up. It takes a hot little second for it to load up.
And I'm using CFE pistol, and I'm using 6 grains in Winchester brass with Winchester primers. Let me make sure.
And the only thing I found out about that, I bought a version like through eBay or something like that. And it was an older version, and I was checking yesterday and today, and CFE pistol was not in there. So I need to get the upgraded to add to it. That's the only drawback so far, because somebody was selling it kind of cheaper than what it can be bought for on through their website. So that is the only drawback so far, Jamie.
Yeah. So Gorillas and Guns has been working on a video the whole time this chat's been going on, y'all. So
I absolutely hate editing videos. It takes me 3 to 4 hours, and I was thankfully with spring break and all this crap going on, where I'm not leaving the house. I have videos up through like the next 5 weeks ahead. Every week I got a video coming out. So, gosh, but when I did reload, I don't reload anymore because I left all that stuff in Georgia. We made what I thought was the perfect home defense shotgun load. And it was 8 pellets of number 4 buck with 3/4 of an ounce of number 4 copper plated turkey shot per shot on top of it. And it was in a 3 1/4, 1 1/4 load. So it was pretty sweet. Dead coyotes on the small food plots in Meriwether County, 12 or 13 of them between the 2 of us, because they just run across so quick. You didn't even bother with the rifle, and they were small food plots. They're like maybe an acre. They run across so quick in the middle of the food plot. You just shine the light with the shotgun on it and pull the trigger. Full choke, 50 yards, no problem.
That's cool. Yeah, and I know in our community, reloading community, we've got a lot of. I think Brother Thorzak's out in the side chat. He reloads shotgun, a lot of shotgun. He actually casts his own pellets or his own shot for shotgun. So I'm almost like the Scotsman. I don't need any shotgun ammo for a long time. You guys know, mainly when I started my channel, it was consistent of just deals, ammo score deals, and I was getting it cheap, and then it came to a point where I was like, I might want to get into reloading, because some stuff I don't reload, like 22, and I shoot a lot of 22. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be good on shotgun for a minute.
Yeah, unless something really hits the fan, I'm not gonna need shotgun at the same time.
There goes the dog.
Yeah, I had bought a separate ammo can, one of the large ones, just so I could break down all the small ones I had filled with shotgun. So I had those ammo cans free for other stuff. But yeah, I got plenty of shotgun.
One thing I have to be careful about with shotgun is all the duck rounds, the high those things rust up in there, and if they got wet at all and the wax wasn't quite as great. I've had several Winchesters, stuff like that, a few Remington shells, a few Federal, and a few of Kent and a few others. The wax wasn't perfect on, they got wet, and there you go. So I got to the point where I just started carrying 10 mil or 45 Super with me instead of trying to have slugs on the shotgun, because if you're out there in the water and slugs are going to get wet, they're no good unless you wax them properly. And even then, you got to make sure you got the seal. Got to be 100% sure you got the seal. So.
Well, yeah, and Curtis has some really good videos on shotgun reloading too. He just put a couple out last week.
But that is a perfect defense load, man.
What kind of shotgun powder are you using on that, Alaska?
Jeez, I don't remember. I think it was unique. Could be wrong.
That's one thing that I found out since I've started reloading. Because it will caution you a lot of times. You'll go to buy a powder and it'll say shotgun powder, but a lot of people don't know that powder can be used for pistol also. So I was like, I think Unique says that on the bottle, I believe. Right, Jamie?
Yeah, most. Well, I think it's more the other way around. I think it's like when these semi-autos came out, they kind of robbed from the shotgun industry to put that out in pistols.
Man, Mr. Legend, the Battle Bean. What's up, brother?
Hey.
What's up, Mario?
This sucks, man. I can't go play. This sucks.
So what's happening, man? Tell us what's going on.
I can't believe bullets didn't kill my ass, but a fucking coronavirus is keeping me from playing. It sucks. Well, guys, yeah, my unit got the call. We're not sure exactly when we're going, but it's just a matter of time because now the president's already given the order. So I'm hoping it's mostly to help a lot of the elderly. We've been having a lot of issues with elderly not getting a lot of their stuff that they need. You guys know it's got the numbers here pretty high in California compared to the rest of the other countries. I know there's New York it's got a lot of cases, in California, and I think the other one is Washington. So all three of those states have been alerted. Kind of crazy, but yeah, man, I'm just here. I'm doing reports as I'm talking to you guys because it seems to me like I gotta update my numbers every 10 fucking minutes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sucks to be dependable. But yeah, man, I'm doing good. I just wanted to touch bases with you guys. See how's everybody doing? How are you guys doing with the whole quarantine situation?
Yeah. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you guys too.
You been doing any reloading while you've been stuck there?
Yes, I have. Everybody used to give me a hard time about reloading 9mm. I guess that paid off now.
Right?
Who did that?
Forever.
That's my main 300
at all, and it's going by numbers that are ridiculous right now.
Who gave you a hard time about 9mm? I load that constantly, and the second one is 300 blackout.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Some guys would be like, "Oh, you're wasting your time. Reloading 9mm. So much of that stuff around going." So now it kind of paid off actually. And then having
people because they say you can buy it just as cheap as you can reload it.
Yeah.
You're not getting. There's a few different things to that. You can load it cheaper. Number one, you really can if you break it down. Because a lot of times, like brass, I don't know how much brass I got for 9mm. I've lost count. A lot of it was sent to me, so I don't count brass in the cost of it. Bullets, powder, and a primer. That's it. So it's virtually nothing. But the biggest reason a lot of us reload is because we can customize it, and it works better for that firearm. So like my Shadow 2, it loves the 124 grain bullet. I can customize that load exactly how I want. I know exactly where that point of aim is every single time.
Yeah, and those are all valid points. Trust me, I definitely get you. The only thing I regret not getting myself into, and it was because I was just so overwhelmed with work and all kinds of stuff, is learning to make my own bullets. I never got to do a caster and get a lead thing. What do you guys call that? The lead pot, whatever.
Yeah. Lead pot. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to work on that yet, but I mean, So far so good. I was able to buy a lot of bullets from, like the Blue Bullet company and the other ones. I went to different ones, just tried different ones. But yeah, I mean, I have enough. I have enough primers. I have enough powder. So I'm thankful that, I have a lot of good guys here that kind of showed me the way, and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm just reloading away and loving it.
Oh, hey, Mario, I got a public service announcement especially for new reloaders and people's been reloading a while like this. When you hear somebody on a chat saying what they're loading their 9 mil is, always check the books because Scotsman, I found out why my gun didn't cycle. Remember, I said I was loading it with 3.2
Mm-hmm.
tight group. I went and checked the books after you'd left. Tight group starts minimum charge at 4 grains. I didn't take into account that
Mhm.
that person had changed the springs in his gun, which allowed it those little bunny fart loads.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, always double check everything because again, like I was saying, mine's customized for my shadow too. It works just perfectly for that, but may not work that good in another firearm. So always double check and cross reference is key. But I'm glad to hear Mario is loading up and having fun with it, man. That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, man. I'm so thankful. I've had so many of you guys help me out. Willie Bullet Man, Chico, JH, all these guys in here, man. And sometimes, it may not be with, like stuff for my loading machine is most like, knowledge. That's something that, you're just not going to get all the time because a book can only tell you so much, man,
Yep.
Have you upgraded to a Turret or a Progressive yet?
No.
Oh, it's just a matter of time.
No. I don't honestly right now, Daniel, as busy as I've been, I haven't even had a chance to shoot, but that's how crazy it's been for me lately.
You're using that Lee 4-hole turret press, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I love that thing, man.
Yeah.
I love that thing. It's such a good press. I mean, I've had no issues with it, But I mean, each his own.
Perfect starting press, in my opinion. Anybody thinking about getting into reloading, that Lee Classic Cast 4-hole turret press, because you can use it as a single stage and learn what you're doing. Get all your dies set. You just turn the die to go to the next stage. Then you can turn it into like a semi-progressive, and you'll still need it to do rifle loads later on.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with you.
But I sent you some little bitty red 9mm bullets, 101 grain. Did you ever load those suckers up and shoot
Yes,
them?
I got them. I
think
loaded a couple of them because I got stuff from you and I got stuff from Chico. And I loaded, I pretty much used up all of Chico's stuff, but I didn't get a chance to do all of yours. I still have some, but I did reload some of them.
those little bitty 101 grain bullets. A lot of people laugh and make fun of me for them things. Man, out of my CZ75, those suckers they just
fly, huh?
I mean, just right there. Those are fun. And they no recoil. I mean, they're just, my wife could shoot those. I mean,
yeah, most definitely. No, I do appreciate them, JH. I ain't forgotten about you. It's just, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been really busy, but yeah, it's always good, man. It's always good to see you guys. Always good to hear how things are going in your neck of the woods. So, how are things going with you there, Alaskan?
Doing well. Looking for houses and got a baby on the way.
Oh,
so hoping we still get paid to make the house payment. So.
That's cool, man. Your first baby?
Brother.
Fatherhood of change. It's an amazing thing, brother.
Oh, it does, man.
You send me one of these.
Good thing.
Is this your first baby or?
That I know about.
Well, at least you're honest.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It does change you. I think in reality, it kind of completes a man. I mean, that's how I see it. I mean, Lord knows kids can be expensive and a pain in the butt, but at the same time, they can bring a lot of joy to your life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It's I'm 38 and this is my first kid, so yeah,
Oh, that's
I'm
cool.
really
Nothing wrong
looking
with
forward
that.
to it. Yeah,
Get ready
Yeah.
for sleepless nights.
yeah. Well, I don't sleep very well at night anyway, so
Oh,
there we go.
okay.
Good to go.
Yeah.
But no, I already bought that. I already bought the kid like 3 guns. So
Well, there you go. Did you get him a cricket?
Like it, prepping ahead.
no, I got the CZ457 Scout. I didn't want a cricket. I wanted like something a little last a little bit longer in the phase, And then
Okay.
if I have to get a cricket because they're really responsible at 5 or 6 years old, then I will. But we'll see. But no, I got the cricket. I got the Maverick 88 Compact Youth 20 gauge.
Wow,
And
man.
I got the Ruger American Compact 7mm 08. So
Wow, that's so cool. So I take it. Do you know the gender of the baby yet?
no, we're actually gonna. Courtney doesn't want to find out. She wants to be surprised. So we're just gonna.
Okay, I'm just saying, because you might have to turn one of those pink if that happens.
That's fine. Whatever. Good problem to have.
Yeah, and I mean, as long as the baby's healthy, that's the most important thing, man. That's really the most
We're hoping for a healthy baby. That's all.
Yeah, exactly, man. And with this whole fiasco going on, I know it's puts even more stress on your on the mother, because right now they're more of a risk than anybody else.
Will he be my daddy and buy me some guns?
Wow.
If you'll take care of me when I'm in diapers, it's 20, 25 years, sure.
Wow. That's cool, man. Well, congratulations. That's really
awesome, brother.
Yeah, I think you'll make an excellent parent, brother.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they get old enough to where I can mess with them and play tricks on them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's cool when they start sleeping without a nightlight and you can hide underneath the bed and wait about 20 minutes and start making growling noises.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Good times, buddy. Good times.
That's a good one. Thanks for the idea. You got any more ideas, Daniel?
I've got tons of them, but
He's got a full.
Yeah.
Your kids are traumatized as kids, huh?
they are thoroughly traumatized.
They're kind of like those kids in The Shining. Want to come play with me? That's Daniel's kids. Want to come play with me?
Now, have you ever seen The Hills Have Eyes?
No.
I hate horror movies, bro. I hate them. I don't watch them. But just like zombie movies, nah, man, I can't watch those either. They're not my thing. But Chico, how you doing, brother? How things going with you?
It's going good, brother, man. Everything's going well, man. Thanks for asking, man. I'm just one day at a time, We can't
did they completely shut down everything with you guys or no? You're essential. You're an essential worker, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling earlier before you got on. So, like in my shop, they basically split us in half, and we went to a shift. So to keep the that under 10 or less people, because it's like at least 12 of us. So they cut us in half. Basically, it's be 6 of us. So I work a day, be off a day, work a day, be off a day.
Okay.
Because we deal with a lot of public safety vehicles coming through, and I'm like, that was my first concern. Like, these people are not checking people whenever they're going down, whenever they're going to jail or whatnot. So it's like, I have some concerns about that. So they kind of, but where I'm at, we went to limited operations. So if my job per se, you can't do teleworking because I'm a mechanic. So there's no way I could sit at home on a computer and fix a car. You know what I mean? So,
you have to physically be on it. Oh, look at JH got a special guest.
Oh, there's Rigby.
Hey, Rigby.
She's so grown up. Holy cow. Hi. He's so cute.
My battery is dying on my phone, guys. I might have to head out of here. So
no problem.
Good seeing you, man. Take care of yourself.
Y'all too. Thanks for having me on, Crazy Scotsman.
Anytime, man. Anytime.
All right.
See you,
Take
brother.
care. See ya.
She's so cute. She's gotten so big. Hi. Oh man.
Star of the show right there.
How old is she now, JH?
I don't think he know he on mute.
Oh.
I know I'm on mute. And
Oh, okay.
it's necessity at the moment. Let's see. She was born in 2015. She turns 5 in August.
Oh, that's so cute. You're an August baby, huh? Oh, nice.
Yeah, she wants to reload. Look at her.
Sweet.
I love her.
That's awesome.
Tell you.
Hi, Rigby.
Hi.
Ask her where Carter's at. You don't know.
Where's the lion?
Carter's upstairs eating ice cream.
Here.
You want ice cream?
No.
No, you want
What? A kid says no to ice cream? That's not good.
She wants to be on TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You want to say the poem for him?
No.
No.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Float like a butterfly.
Feed like a bee.
Yay. That's the
Rumble.
greatest, mama. That's the greatest. That's the greatest of them all.
He is.
You know, I had that picture of Muhammad Ali when he knocked out. Who's the guy he knocked out? When he's got that famous picture where he knocked that guy out. What's his name?
Sonny Liston
Yeah, Sonny Liston.
when he won the world championship.
Yeah,
I know nothing about boxing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I think I was not even born when that fight happened. But I
think that was 1964.
yeah, I was definitely not born at that time. But yeah, it's just he's an amazing guy, man.
Getting everything out of time, baby.
Amazing. So Daniel, how you doing, man? How are things going in your neck of the woods, brother?
What you said me?
Yes,
SFC
you.
Wells. SFC Wells.
Hold on.
Okay, answer that. Who's it? Rydell, it's the commander going, Mario, what are you doing online? I want my reports.
Your reports are late, man.
Yeah, I mean, I found 3 errors, and your paragraphs and conjunctions are not functioning. And we need more TP with headquarters. We want to resupply on MREs, and don't send the ones with the Frankenbeans. Those suck. More beef stew and lasagna. Oh, I hated doing paperwork and reports.
Yeah.
I always loved it when I had somebody that was in my work center that was going to college. Because I would, okay, you're going to college and you're going for this here, so you have all this high English and everything. Okay, your main job here is paperwork.
Yeah. I hated dealing with paperwork, but it was an essential part of the firearms world, which, I still love it, still do it, but paperwork's a pain in the ass with the federal government.
Let's face it, guys. No job's finished till the paperwork's done.
No.
And
Thankfully, I have minimal amount of work now.
And just to let everybody know that tonight's chat is brought to you by AngelSoft.
Look, I've been all over my Facebook in some gun groups, and people was purchasing all these new guns, and I'm still waiting on like 2 or 3 months when people start recognizing that they may not like being a gun owner for whatever reason. It may be ammo costs, it may be whatever. And I'm looking to purchase some of those newly acquired used guns at a discounted rate from someone. A lot of new gun owners who just don't like it. So
Yeah. And if you guys happen to come across these new gun owners, you see them at the range and everything else, help them out.
Yeah.
Encourage them. You know, that's what we want. We want more people involved
Yeah.
because that's going to help when it comes to the voting on these bills and getting these people out of office that are trying to take our rights away.
And when you see them doing something that's not safe, okay, first stop it, but stay friendly. Teach
Correct.
them the safety, the correct handling procedures, and all that, and then just boom, let them know that you're cool, and say, "Welcome to the gun world. This is what it's about: freedom."
Yeah.
Yep.
I seen a video that it was a gun shop. I forget the name of it. It was in California, and the guy was like, "Stop calling here asking about your 10-day waiting period." He was like, "No, you cannot pay me extra to ship your gun extra. There's a wait." He was like, "Welcome to the gun world." He said, so his last final thing was saying, you should have voted to stop this before you actually figured you need a gun. And I was like, that's damn awesome. Like he was mad legit pissed off, but it made sense for me. I understand it, but
yeah, there's definitely a lot of newer people going and trying to buy guns and finding out it's not as easy
to their house. Like, it don't work like that. It don't work like, you got to go through the process.
Oh, and the FFL paperwork. How about all? I mean, they got so slammed so hard, they got overcome where they couldn't. The people that do the checks couldn't do them, so people are on delay. And now gun shops are shutting down.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing when it comes to the paperwork, guys, remember it's 22nd right now. I believe it's the 24th that it's supposed to change all that paperwork. It's supposed to, all those changes are supposed to be going into effect. They asked, if what we thought of it, but they never listen to what we say. So.
Oh, is this where they're taking down the name and the serial number?
Well, they're changing it to where basically all your information's on the front page with the firearm on the front page. Whether you're binary, non-binary, whatever you decide you are, because God forbid there was only man and a woman,
Okay, but did they put where they're going to have your information now for the permanent record?
It's always been that way. It's just that they're combining it on the front page instead of being on the back page.
Now, have they went through with that?
That's supposed to, in the next few days, it should be coming out.
Yeah, I did a video on my channel. It was like a PSA about it. I think it was the ATF trying to change the 4470.
Yeah, they change it anytime they get someone else that takes over. They always make a small change here or there to put their name on it, put their stamp on it.
Yeah.
And it was 4 years ago was the one that did the last couple of changes on them. And I mean, it was just stupid stuff. This time they're revamping the whole form itself, essentially, combining things on the front page and taking this and taking that and adding more to it. But just be careful if you go fill out a form here in the future in the next few days or whatever, because they are changing it more than likely. And the questions will be slightly different in how they are as well. So make sure you read before you mark. It's not going to be the same way as before. It's very easy to screw up a form, and you don't want to do that.
Yep, that is true, because it will prevent you from getting that newly purchased firearm, taking it home with you, and a lot of other things. They changing questions because so many people are used to going through it and say, "Yep, yes, no, 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 no." You know what I mean?
Yep, and that's why I said that. Yep, I see it all the time. And heck, even people that when I was in Georgia and across the country when I was working, for the one company, you'd see people that work there too, and they go through the forms. They do it on a daily basis, and they themselves would go too quick and screw it up. I had one guy in Georgia that did that when he worked for me. He went through so fast, and he screwed up on one of the questions. Now, it was one that can be overridden by us, but to where we can say, yeah, he's good to go. But basically, he has to get permission from the general manager every time he wants to buy a gun now. He has to approve it because of the way he filled out the form. So it happens. Even the people that have been buying guns for years don't get comfortable. Don't get too lax with that form. Myself, I don't know how many thousands of forms over the years. It's over 50,000 forms. I can tell you that. It's a lot. I still, to this day, make sure I read every freaking question.
Yep, I definitely agree with that, bro. It's definitely. Yeah, I think it would only continue to. They're trying to chip away, and they've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
So, decades, piece by piece, little by little. And also, I don't know if you guys who wasn't here earlier, Scotsman was talking about that new what is HR 5717.
Yep, 5717. Yep.
I'm gonna post a link where you can read about it or learn about it. If you don't know about it, you can oppose it, but we are asking all people that are like-minded like us, and if you're on this chat, to actually take a read into it. Don't click on it now, but you can always go back to the link I posted and learn about it and just read it. I know a lot of people in videos, they say, hey, check this out and oppose it. But I'm the type of person that likes to research it. Scotsman tell me something, I believe what he's saying, but I still going to research and find out. And normally when you research it, it probably will piss you off more than someone's talking about it.
Yep.
Whenever you start noticing what they're proposing. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, when you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it, you'll start getting pissed off.
Man.
Work calls.
Oh man, it's just sometimes, man. I swear, all I can say is I'm glad I'm retired. Anyways, I didn't get to catch up with Daniel. So what's going on with you, Daniel? Talk to me, man. I ain't talked to you in a while.
Man, nothing.
Plethora of excitement.
Nothing's changed here. I'm just still here, loading bullets, shooting, and
Kakalaki?
no, I'm in Ohio.
Oh, you're in Ohio.
Yeah, I was just down in South Carolina a little bit this fall for some family stuff that was going on.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so down there helping my aunt prior to, and then when her husband passed away, or uncle.
Oh, I got it.
So yeah, but got home here, went deer hunting, and since then I've been tapping trees, making maple syrup, grinding some deer meat into hamburger, and getting my permaculture garden ready, loading bullets, shooting, and just rinse, repeat every day.
Wow. How much syrup do you get out of a tree?
Well, it takes 44 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
Wow. I mean, does it produce that much though?
One tree? Well, you can, if you're going to try to you can usually get 2 gallons per spy a day from a tree. So the bigger trees, you can get 2 or 3 spies in them. So you can get about 6 gallons a day from a tree. So you want to do multiple trees.
So because now this is fascinating. I've never seen this before, so I'm asking. So what happens? Can you use that same place where you actually started use the same hole when you started like getting all the sap out, or do you have to create a new one?
Yeah, you tap a new hole every year. Just one hole a year.
Does that affect the tree?
No, they're pretty good. You just tap into it about a half inch to 3/4 inch, and they heal up. I mean, these trees get ate up and broke more by bugs and deer than we affect them.
Huh. Interesting, man. That's cool stuff, man.
Yeah, just give them a nice little hug here when you're done. Tell them thank you, and they're good to go.
Look at that video after this on getting maple syrup.
Californians be going over there. Oh, thank you for making my maple syrup. I did it this morning. That's gonna happen, bro. They would definitely do that. I can guarantee you that. You'd be like, look, you get your maple syrup from that tree. Oh my god. They would do that, bro. It'd be freaking hilarious. I'd be like, hey, don't forget that other tree. That tree's getting jealous. Yeah.
We'll start going through the room. We will start with Chico Wise.
Oh, yes, sir, brother. Thanks for the invite. I know I get one lately. I actually weekly anytime you do this, but I actually had time tonight because I'm off tomorrow. So I definitely appreciate it. I've got some stuff coming up, but I say that almost every video, and I never quite get the videos out. But since I get a little break, I'm gonna try to turn some stuff out. I've got some. Let me see. I'll just bring y'all this way with me. Hopefully, I got some. See, Mario. See, when you get to be a caster.
Yes, sir. I sure do. Oh my goodness.
Oh, the
Wow.
hollow points, 38, so 357, whatever your flavor.
Wow.
So that's what I'll be doing, powder coating. So thanks, brother Scotsman. Good seeing everyone, Daniel, Mario, and Jamie.
Absolutely, brother. Always good to have you. I know
Yes,
you're
sir.
usually busy on the weekends, but I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jamie.
Well, thanks for having me, Scotsman. Good to see Mario again. Finally pulled it down off the mountain, did we? But
Sir.
always great to spend time with y'all, Daniel, Chico. I want some of those hollow point bullets, brother.
I got you, brother.
Those look no gooder.
Friday nights on the Georgia Shooting Connection channel for our Friday night live streams, and hopefully all y'all come visit. And here comes the terror again. So thanks for having me, guys, and y'all stay safe and healthy out there. Get yourself some of this.
Always good to have you, brother. Appreciate you. The battle being himself.
Well, what's going on, panel, and everybody who's watching us? Thank you so much for having me here, Scotsman. Like always, brother. I appreciate the invite. I actually got a chance to come by and say hi to everybody. Well, guys, I've just been doing my transitioning into the civilian world, and now it's going to be a little bit on hold. Hi, sweetheart. It's been on hold because of the this whole coronavirus thing, but yeah, my guys might be getting called up, so I might be doing some more work than usual. But it's all in a day's work, guys. We want to make sure we take care of our people out there, especially the elderly. I think a lot of people have a tendency for forgetting them, especially through these trying times. So, guys, just take care of each other, take care of your neighbors, man. We're all in this together. We're all going to get through it together. So much love and appreciation to everybody. Everybody take care of yourselves. That's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you, brother. Always good seeing you. All right. With that being said, guys, I appreciate everyone out there. I appreciate Daniel for jumping in and filling in the spot of Alan since Alan had technical issues. And we'll get to Daniel in just a second. But appreciate everyone out there. Please stay safe. Make sure you check out the links below. And if you haven't bought a shirt from Mr. Holster yet, please do so. Huge shout out to Frag Out Apparel again for jumping in and helping us out with that. Absolutely awesome. Daniel.
Well, I can't do the Midas Welby yell because she packs a gun, and I'm not going to wake her up again. Did that last night. But hey, thanks for having me on, and it's great. I love being here, and I've probably seen you sometime this week. Jamie, Mario, Chico, you're hiding. Nice chatting with you, and everybody in the side chat. And this is Dan.